All right, so to begin, why don't you just, for the record, state your name and tell us when you were at Westward School.
Okay, my name is A.B. Walker, but I go by the name Allan Walker. And I started in Westward School in 1945. I was there for 1 year.
Was that in kindergarten?
No, I was in the 6th grade.
Oh, you were 6th grade.
Yeah.
Okay. So, where had you been before?
My father moved up here and he sent for us, and I moved from Texas,
Okay.
so I was 12 when I moved up here.
Okay. All right, so you did 1 year. What about brothers?
I have 2 brothers, and my youngest brother is 4 years younger than me, and my next brother is 2 years younger than me.
Okay. Did they go to Westmore then?
Yeah,
Okay. So as a 6th grader, where were you living?
I was living on Center Street, Cass Street.
Okay.
I was living with my aunt, S.M.A. Turner,
Okay.
and my grandmother was up here, and that was her sister, and so they sent for us. So we came up and we went to I went to Westport for 1 year.
Okay. When you went to school, did you walk with just your brothers, or were there other kids in your neighborhood that you walked with?
No, we didn't live very far from the school. I just walked by myself.
Okay.
We lived on Cass Street.
So you were at Cass and Culver? Was it?
Yeah, you
the
know.
Turner House?
We were next door to Mr. Foster.
Oh, okay, okay,
You know
yeah.
Mr. Foster?
Between Mr. Foster and the store?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, you were real close.
Yeah, he had a taxi cab.
Right.
Mr. Foster had a taxi cab.
Yeah. Okay. So as a 6th grader, to the best that you can, what do you remember a typical school day being like at Westport?
Well, it was exciting for me because when I was in Texas, I went to school in a one-room schoolhouse.
Okay.
And it was maybe 40 kids, you know.
Yeah.
And at Westport, there was more children, and they came from different places. It was exciting because you didn't know you're gonna meet somebody from Alabama or Tennessee. It was always exciting to me.
Okay, good. And so who was your teacher then for that?
I think Mrs. Biggs, I think she was.
Okay.
Mrs. Holmes was the principal of the school.
Right. Okay. You a while ago, you were naming some of the others. So you named Miss Holmes, Miss Biggs,
Miss Ferguson.
and Miss Ferguson.
Yeah.
Okay. In school in 6th grade class, do you remember any special classroom activities that stand out for you?
No, not really. I remember the people more than I remember the actual teaching in the school.
Okay. For example, like around Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, anything going on in school that you remember?
Not really. It was just exciting to me to go to that big of school.
Okay.
Since when I was in Texas, it was just a one-room schoolhouse.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
it was people from everywhere. It was really exciting for me.
Okay. Did you ever see anybody be disciplined or anything?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. What about people that weren't teachers? Like, do you remember who seeing a custodian, a janitor?
No,
Who
I
that
don't,
was?
I don't remember that.
Okay. Did you have any contact with the school staff outside of school in any way?
No.
Like church or
No.
anything? Not, okay. Um, do you recall any teachers coming in from like the high school to, like for art class or music class? Anything like that?
No, I don't.
Or a substitute teacher?
No.
Never had a
No.
substitute teacher? Okay.
I know Reverend Wheeler wouldn't allow his children to go to school there because it was a segregated school, and he wouldn't allow his children to go there.
Okay. Do you recall any contact with students from the college that came to West Ward to do either sports or to take kids up to the college for any kind of activity?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, let's talk about fun stuff. What do you remember about recess?
We played baseball, softball,
Mhm.
softball. Most of that was it. I remember going playing ping pong in the summertime when school was out. I learned how to play ping pong up there, but and it was lots of softball games when
Yeah.
school was out. But I don't remember too much activities during school season.
Speaking of softball, do you recall having a team and would play like the other elementary schools in softball?
No,
You didn't do that?
no, I was only there for 1 year.
Yeah.
And I don't really remember doing that.
Okay. All right, so you lived across the street from the Gale. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I don't know if this would strike you as different or not, but do you recall like at recess, having smells from the factory or smoke or anything?
Oh, yeah, it was, it was an accepted environment,
Yeah.
We didn't think it was unusual.
Well, yeah, I know. I live, like I said, 3 doors from you, so I never, noticed it that much either. Other people that I've talked to, they recall safety patrol.
Yeah.
So
My brother was a safety patrol.
Oh, your brother was?
Yeah.
Okay. But not you?
No.
Okay.
And he won some kind of honor by going to they sent him to Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah, for safety patrol?
Yeah.
Wow, that's different. That's different. Do you recall any other kind of groups in school besides safety patrol?
Not really, no.
Okay.
I can't think of anything.
Well, I'll ask you this since you mentioned your brother. Do you recall him when he was in 5th grade, ever going to camp or it being talked about at home that it was available that he could go to we used to call it 5th grade camp?
I don't think so. I don't think he did.
Okay. What do you remember about lunch at school?
I don't remember.
Or did you just walk? Did you walk home for lunch?
Yeah, I could. It was,
You
just
were
a
real
short-
close.
Yeah.
Okay. You remember whether or not there was any kind of snacks or a nutrition break or something that they gave you in school?
No.
No, nothing. Okay. ask you this one, because you lived on the west side of town. Do you recall, this was hearing a story that they used to tell us when I was going through to really scare us and keep us from going on the playground when it's getting there dark. But there was a story, they told us that if you were hanging out at the school ground after sundown, that there was an old woman and her pigs that would chase you if you got caught on the school ground. Do you recall any kind of story like that?
I don't remember that one.
Okay. Well, you see, let's talk about the building itself. When you think in general about the school, what was the atmosphere like to you? I mean, was it gloomy, cheerful, comfortable, cold, hot, anything?
It was just exciting to me because this was the biggest school that I had ever attended.
Yeah.
The school in Texas was just a one-room schoolhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was exciting to me.
Okay. Did you ever notice anything that would have made you think, oh, this is something that needs to be fixed about the building, either going in, up and down the steps, going in and out, or inside the building anywhere?
No, that really never occurred to me.
Okay.
Because that was the best school I ever been to.
Right, yeah. Now, on the side facing Washington Street, did you know that there was an entrance that went into the basement on that side of the school? No. You didn't? Okay.
I was just thinking about something. How was it heated?
You know, I think the furnace must have been in this basement, because I remember, especially in the fall when they were first fired up, there was that smell of like hot dust or something when the heat came up through the registers. But I never saw the furnace. You know.
Was it charcoal, coal, or
Well, if it was like everything else, we all burned coal and wood.
Yeah.
When I was growing
Yeah.
And
I had never seen coal before, so I really didn't know how it was heated.
Yeah.
I never
but I'm not sure about that. But I would imagine that might have been what it was.
Yeah, most of.
Because I know the homes down where I live were
Yeah.
coal. Most of them were coal.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned that in the summertime you learned to play ping pong.
Yeah.
Because it was like recreation up there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do you remember who was in charge of that?
No, I really don't. But I remember some of the kids that was, we played up there.
Yeah. Do you ever recall any opportunity for boxing? That was
Oh, I
West.
participated in boxing
At Westwater or later?
later.
Okay. Because I seem to recall that
I
there
think it was the boxing program
Mhm.
during, before, while I was there, but it
Yeah.
wasn't in the school. It was a
Okay.
boxing team.
All right.
Henry Dixon and Ralph Lott was in charge of that.
Okay. Do you remember anything about your books? People have talked about the fact that we used to get used books and secondhand books. Do you recall anything, noticing that?
No, I was just there for 1 year,
Yeah.
and then I went to junior high school.
Yeah. Okay, and that was in the 40s. So, I'm trying to count years. Do you recall any conversations in your home? This would be later when you were almost out of high school, maybe. But any talk about them closing West Ward School?
I think Reverend Wheeler had a lot to do with the closing of West Ward School, because every Sunday he was on the radio and he would talk about how wrong it was. And I think he had a lot to do with it. He wouldn't allow his children to go to school there, and he thought it was terrible.
Okay. Okay. So you said overall that you found West Ward to be exciting and big compared to.
Yes.
Now let's talk about your family coming to ALLAN. Where in Texas were you from?
Lufkin, Texas.
Okay.
It's called Lufkin, Texas. And my grandmother's sister lived on the corner of Cass Street. Is that Cass Street?
Mm-hmm.
And is that Culver?
Yeah. Culver. Yeah.
So that's my aunt, S.M.A. Turner.
Mm-hmm.
And so she said for my father came up and he stayed for a while, he got him a job, and then he sent for us.
Okay. And where was he working?
He was working at Hayes Albion.
Okay.
But he also worked for Mr. Son Birch.
Okay.
You know, there was always a second job you could get.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, it was lots of jobs.
Oh, yeah. So he worked Hayes,
The Malibu.
the Malibu for a number of years.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you recall the move to ALLAN?
I just know we came up on a train, which was exciting to me.
Oh, yeah. And so he worked at Hayes, and what, your mom?
My mom worked, we moved to the trailer park. They had trailer camp in Albion.
Now, where was that?
It was up on Austin Avenue on the corner there.
Okay.
There used to be a trailer camp up there.
Yeah.
And my mother, they had a central bathroom.
Okay, somebody talked about that.
And my mother cleaned the bathroom.
Okay.
That was her job.
Okay.
But they had one bathroom for 100 trailers, or two bathrooms.
Yeah.
They had a central bathroom. Each trailer didn't have their own bathroom.
Okay.
So they paid my mother to clean it. And then she worked at Corning Glasswork.
Okay.
So mostly she worked at Corning, but she did work cleaning that bathroom.
Okay. And so you were here in 45, and so did you, now since you said your Aunt Essie sent,
S.M.A. Turner.
yeah, she sent for you guys.
For my grandmother.
Okay, so when you moved up, was it you and your brother and everybody together?
Yeah, I remember my mother and my two brothers and my father was already up here.
Mm-hmm.
And he said for us, and we stayed with my aunt until we could get a house of our own, so.
Okay. Did your family have a garden at all?
No, I don't think so. We lived in a trailer camp, you couldn't.
No, I mean when you got on Cass.
Oh, no. I don't think it was space for one. I don't think
Okay,
so.
I don't remember in that.
No.
Now you were close to our little store, Mr.
Yeah,
Pearson's
Mr.
store.
Pearson's
Do
store.
you have any memories of that?
Yeah, it was something that, it was convenient and you get pennyworth of candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was nice.
Did you ever work there?
No.
I remember, you remember Charles McIntosh?
Oh, yeah.
He used to work there for a short time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's his sister.
Well, McIntosh, it was, you know, everybody was known by their family name,
Yeah.
you know. Or, you know, who was that people, everybody had family.
Yeah, yeah. So you graduated from the high school?
Yes, in 52.
52?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you do next?
Well, I worked at Cornyn, last work for a year, and then I got laid off and I went in the Army.
Okay.
And I stayed in the Army for a couple of years.
Where were you stationed?
I was stationed in Arkansas. I was stationed in France, and basically I spent most of my time in those two camps,
Okay.
Arkansas and France.
Where in France were you? Remember?
A place called Bar-le-Duc. It was a storage for ammunition and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so how many years was that?
I was in the Army for 2 years.
Just 2 years
Yeah.
total? So you were drafted?
I volunteered for the draft.
Okay.
I was drafted. I went in with I wasn't an RA.
Mm-hmm.
I was U.S.
Okay.
I had my draft moved up.
Okay. Because I was going to say, 2 years for a volunteer was unusual.
Yeah, no, you can have, I just asked for my draft to be moved up.
Mm-hmm.
So it moved up to, so I was drafted.
And then you get out of the Army and come back to ALLAN?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what?
Well, I went to Chicago for school for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't like it. So I came back and I went back to work at Cornyn.
Okay.
And then when Cornyn shut down, I worked in Gary, Indiana. I worked in a school for boys.
Oh, okay.
I worked there for a couple of years, and didn't like it too well, so I came back here.
Yeah. So you put in, must have been quite a few years at Cornyn.
Yeah, I did, but then I worked at Alvin College for about 8 years,
Okay.
and then I worked at Kellogg Community College for 18 years.
Wow, okay. Okay.
So I think I worked at Cornyn and KCC about the same amount of years.
Okay. Yeah. And there were jobs available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Do you have some questions you want to ask AB?
Well, I'm curious about your school in Texas. I just visited a school in Alabama that was a one-room school, and I just described the school that you went to before you came up here.
Well, we lived in a place called Camp Ruby, and it was a place where they built what they call shotgun houses for the residents. And they had a one-room schoolhouse, and all 6th grade, they just went to the 6th grade. They had all 6th grade in that one room. And we had water, we had to make our paper cups to drink our water. It was...
How many students would you say were in that one room?
Maybe 35, 50 students in that one room, and different grades.
How many teachers?
One teacher.
Just one teacher
Yeah.
doing all grades. Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of fun when I was that age, you know. We had a good time in the summertime. It was nice and warm, and it never got real cold in Texas, so we had a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, the school that I saw must have been one room for,
Now,
I'm not sure.
if you have a
population.
one-room school, were the bathrooms outside?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
Even at your house, the bathroom was outside.
Okay. Okay.
Where else could it be?
No, I didn't know if they, because
No. They didn't have plumbing back in those days.
Right.
Not for us.
Yeah. And, cause I went to Texas when I was 14.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and we lived, well, Mr. Devereaux had come here from Texas to work, and I knew him through church, and his kids were still there, and he took me to meet his son, his daughter, and his mother, and they lived in a rural setting. I mean, it was like, I think 55 acres, and theirs was the only house. And it's, and we had to go to the spring to get water.
Yeah.
And so I don't think I ever went to his son's school because it was always in the summer. But as you talked, I could see that.
Yeah, we had a well.
Yeah.
Well, for one. And they had what we call the big store. I think we had a little store in the black neighborhood. But the big store was, it was, for where you want to get everything that's important.
Yeah.
You had to go to the big store.
Was it called Camp Ruby because it was connected to a military camp, or?
No, it was something like a camp. I don't know where they got the Ruby name from, and that was my grandmother's name, Ruby. and they stayed there until they cut out all the trees, and all the people worked there, worked for
So
one
maybe
company.
a lumber camp.
Yeah, it was.
I
That's
see.
what it was.
I see.
And they stayed there until they cut out all the trees and stuff. And maybe stayed there for 20 years. And my father was there until I was about 12 years old.
So coming here, was that a positive adjustment for you, or did you miss leaving behind?
I liked it here. It was exciting to me because there were a lot of people from different states, and I was always around all black people. So when I came here, it really wasn't any change for me, and I enjoyed it when I came up here. And it was a bigger Texas. It was the same thing. Instead of a one-room schoolhouse, we had a four-room schoolhouse. But still, we had the same people, same children. I associated with blacks down there. I associated with blacks up here.
Well, given that, what was it like when you went to junior high and high school?
Oh, it was okay. I really didn't. From my training, I never did like white people. I never, when I grew up in Texas, I wasn't around them, and I was taught that they were, they didn't mean good to us.
Yeah.
So I remember the first white person that I really enjoyed and became a friend to. It was down at they used to have a building right in, where the cleaners is now? They have a cleaner there. It's a building right behind there.
Oh, the Masonic Temple.
Yeah.
Downstairs.
Yeah.
We played shoot pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, ping
That's
pong
what-
and all
yeah.
that. Okay.
That's where I met my first friend, and his name was Ronald Bennett. And see, my name is A.B. Walker. So I got tired of people asking me, well, what do the A.B. stand for? So I said, Allan Bennett. I named myself Bennett after my white friend.
Yeah.
So, I adjusted after that, but I really didn't care for white people because they didn't care for us, and we were free,
Yeah.
When we were down there, the big store, they paid workers enough money for them to survive. And then they give you credit at the big store.
Right.
So after, you work for a month and you still end up owing.
The big store. Yeah.
And so we wanted to get away from that environment.
Oh, I can believe that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I really enjoyed it once I when I got to junior high school and I knew some guys, and they became my friends.
Yeah.
I'm curious about that Masonic temple.
Oh, yeah.
That I know there was an African American contingent of the Masons. Did they also meet in that Masonic hall?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think
Did they
so.
have
There
their
was
own-
a Masonic black chapter here
I
Yeah.
in
remember.
Albany.
Yeah.
That was
Well-
still here in '68.
That's where everybody went there, at least most of the boys did.
Yeah.
But they kept an integrated a recreation area for
It was
the
in
young
the
kids.
basement
Yeah.
floor,
Yeah, it was in the basement.
right behind where 1 Hour Martinized is.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you go, there's like an alley,
Yeah.
and you go, and that's where the door was. It wasn't on Center Street.
And that's where I really met a lot of good people, we stopped at people and shooting pool and telling jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they talked about the skating rink being separate and the movie theaters being separate,
It was.
but the Masonic
Yeah, that was just boys
group
being
must
have-
playing.
That's right, it was integrated.
it wasn't an organized group that they brought in certain age boys or.
No, there was like a guy who was like a supervisor or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
And
he was a good guy. Too.
Yeah.
He was a good guy.
yeah, and it's like he was the only adult there.
That's right.
And then it was just all of us kids, and every now and then, I don't know if they brought in kids from the college, but I remember they would teach us how to do some crafts on
Oh.
special, like braiding little lanyards and things, and in addition to pool, and they had billiards in
Yeah.
that one room, and then
Yeah.
lots of ping pong, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't connected with Scouts. I know
No, it
they're
wasn't connected with.
No, it wasn't.
It was just provided. I mean, the impression we had was this was available for us, and you could go and just have a completely
I know, and later-
relaxed time. And you could sit there and do nothing if you
Yeah.
wanted. If you
in later years. It was the offices for the Girl Scouts. You would go there to get.
Yeah, that was. But while we were growing up, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like I said, I met my first real friend, white guy, and his name was Ronald Bennett. So I named myself Bennett.
Okay.
Do you remember the theaters?
Yes, I remember we had two theaters here, Albion and the Bone Theater. And the Albion Theater, I think we set in a certain area,
Yeah.
and in the Bone Theater was set upstairs. It was segregated. And then the skating rink, we had a skating rink too. And we used to go every Wednesday or every Monday, so I think it was every Monday that the blacks would go up there. So it was segregated everything.
Someone mentioned that they came over in this area somewhere to play ball, to play basketball. Do you remember doing that or where that was?
No, I used to play softball, right? They called it, I think it was at Ketchumville, is that?
That's still there. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's across the street from Corning.
yeah.
Mhm.
We used to play softball there. And that was the church league. Church used to have softball teams. And we used to have a regular league, and that was exciting for me.
You mentioned Reverend Wheeler. Describe your relationship to him. Did you
Well-
go to his church?
No, my uncle was a minister under him.
J.T. McCullough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him fondly.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
my uncle really liked him, and also Reverend Wheeler taught me some Bible. He was a person that was really, most of his sermon was against segregation. On Sunday, that was most of his topic. But he was a very intelligent person, and he founded another church. He was pastor of Bethel Church, and I think they got rid of him because of, I don't know why they got rid of him, and he founded another church, and he was from Texas also.
Yeah. Mount Calvary?
Yeah.
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 He returned to Texas, didn't
Yeah.
he? And when he retired.
Yeah, he was a very influential person.
Mm-hmm.
He was a nice person.
Yeah.
He had he wouldn't allow his children to go to West Ward. He said it wasn't right.
Were there other older people in the community that mentored you besides Reverend Wheeler that you remember?
Henry Dixon, he was a good friend of mine. He was also the assistant to Ralph Locke, who was the boxing coach.
Mm-hmm.
And Henry Dixon was the first black policeman.
Yeah.
And he was a very nice guy. He was a good boxer. He was a champion boxer, and he was just a nice, quiet person. He was really a nice person.
Yeah, he worked in the shoe repair store for
Yeah,
a while too.
he also-
Cornelius?
Barnellis.
Barnellis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, there was a shoe store. In fact, they had 2 shoe stores here in Alvin. And Mr. Barnellis, I used to shine shoes there.
Oh, yeah?
They're on the river
Yeah,
or the park?
that park. They have a little parkway up. And
But the shop was on Cass Street, wasn't it?
No.
Was it?
It was there.
Was it on that corner?
yeah, on that corner.
Okay.
And he had he taught Henry how to fix shoes. And so Henry did that for a while. But then he became a policeman. He was our first black policeman.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember that.
We remember our first black councilman, our first black, I don't remember the fireman, but we had, it was all that, it was all memorable for us.
Yeah.
It was a great accomplishment.
Yeah. Anything else?
Well, what do you think of the changes?
Well, I think the changes are okay. It's just we don't have the social media like we were close together. You know, we socialized a lot. Just like Lorraine, who was here, it was just like my family. Her father and mother, and we were closer. I remember his family.
Yeah.
The Gants and the Wimberlys, and we knew everybody, and we socialized with everybody. Also, we sort of helped one another. I remember one time that we used to walk together, maybe 4 or 5 boys. We were friends, and if one of us would swear, we would all hit him on the arm. It sort of reminded him not to do that, you know. We just sort of helped each other. So it was a time back then where we had friends. I don't think they have friends like that anymore.
we've covered everything. Yeah, I'm glad you could come in. Yeah.
I hope it turned out okay.
Oh, no, it's fine. Because when you're talking about Reverend Wheeler, when Floyd Bell was here earlier, he was talking, Reverend Wheeler had organized a group of us boys into the Royal Ambassadors. It was within the church itself. And I can remember, he always struck me as the first intellectual minister that I had seen, because when Reverend Pritchard left, there were a number of preachers they brought into Bethel to give trial sermons.
Yeah.
And I remember Reverend Wheeler stood out because it wasn't a whole lot of emotional building. But he preached a sermon based on the letters of the alphabet.
Yeah.
And he just went through and each one stood for something and it made sense.
Yeah.
It made logical, rational sense. And even as a kid, I thought, I remember telling my mother, when you vote, you should vote for this one.
Yeah.
He makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people try to make emotions.
Yeah. But he
Some
just,
try to make sense.
it just made a lot of sense. And God, I was probably only 10 years old. But it did. It just stood, I liked him for that. And I always liked Bob Pearson as when he would be a substitute Sunday school teacher.
Yeah.
Because he was the same way. You could ask him a question and he didn't get rattled and think you shouldn't be questioning anything, You got a question, good. Let's look at that, And I like that. And Reverend Wheeler was outstanding.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, he was my uncle's mentor, and my uncle was a minister under him.
Yeah, I remember. He when I was, gosh, I don't know how old I was, but I was little, and we were always poor. And I remember J.T. McCullough, Deacon McCullough, bought me a suit.
He did.
Easter. Yeah. And what he did, he didn't want me to know that he was doing it. So what he did is he came up with this story, and he told my mother, they did it, that he needed me to go try on this suit because he was buying it for a boy my size. And I remember him taking me downtown, probably Vaughn's men's store or something.
Yeah.
And getting this suit measured and everything, and then it turned out it was my Easter. Yeah. And he was the first man that I saw who was not afraid to cry in public. Because he used to sit right in the front.
He used to.
Yeah, he was a really special guy.
Yeah, but he used to bother us by playing pinball machine. Well, you gonna waste all your money playing that pinball machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot he was young.
Yeah, that was my uncle.
Yeah. Well, we're done.
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah, I'm glad you could make it in.
Me too.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I hope it turned out okay.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Thank you,
That's
ma'am. See you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I'll show you your way out. Did you come up the steps to the elevator?
Yeah, yeah.